Liverpool's commercial power in America, their 40-store plan and sponsorship future. From the data we have and the metrics we look at, it suggests that we are the biggest Premier League club in the United States. I believe we're in a unique position in terms of our pulling power. Liverpool's Chief Commercial Officer Ben Laddie is talking to The Athletic about the impressive foothold they have established in the American market and their grand plans for further expansion. Advertisement according to audience research company GWI, formerly Global Web Index. Liverpool have 26 million supporters in the U.S. and boast the fastest-growing fanbase of any Premier League club in that country. They have 62 official supporters clubs spread across 32 states and 12 international football academies based there.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
The U.S. is Liverpool's biggest retail market outside the United Kingdom, accounting for 26% of all international sales. No wonder they have just returned from a lucrative 2-week-long preseason tour, which saw new coach Andoni Iraola's side play in front of more than 116,000 fans across 3 matches in Nashville, New York, and Chicago. As a club, obviously we get money to go to the U.S., but it's much bigger than the fees we get, Laddie explains. It's about the importance of being on the ground there. Our partners see the U.S. as a big market and want us to activate more there. With our ability to sell tickets, the strength of our retail business, the size of the TV audiences and engagement figures on our social media channels, we're perfectly poised to take advantage of the U.S. market. That's one of the reasons why we traveled out there rather than staying in Europe. There's so much potential for growth, based on the huge opportunity we can offer U.S. brands to tap into the global appeal of the Premier League. In recent years, Liverpool have struck a host of multi-million-pound deals with high-profile blue-chip US-based brands, such as mobile phone firm Google Pixel, logistics and shipping giant UPS, and digital strategists Orion Innovation. American fashion brand Tommy Hilfiger came on board in January, one of 6 new partnerships agreed last season, along with SAS, PayPal, Trimble, Haier, and EC Markets. The fact Liverpool have around 227 million followers on social media, more than any U.S. sports team, certainly helps when it comes to attracting business. Advertisement last season, they had 1.5 billion social media engagements and were the most engaged Premier League club for the 3rd successive campaign. They also had the most visited club website in the Premier League for 2025-26, with more than 91 million globally. Currently, 11 of Liverpool's 28 commercial partners, 39%, are headquartered in the States, the highest number of any European club. It's the reason the club's commercial director, Kate Theobald, is based at their New York office. They also have a presence in Boston, where they benefit from the input of sports marketing firm Fenway Sports Management, a subsidiary of Fenway Sports Group, the conglomerate from that city which owns Liverpool. The preseason tour involved plenty of discussions with potential partners as well as cementing relationships with existing sponsors. Laddie believes interest generated by the recent World Cup will open more doors for Liverpool in North America. Despite all its flaws, it was still a successful tournament, and we have to ensure we capitalize on the growing popularity of football there post-World Cup, he says. I have to say that the broadcaster, NBC, have done an amazing job promoting the Premier League in the U.S. with their coverage. They have found this niche window at the start of the U.S. sporting weekend. They have made a big deal of it and increased the fandom of the sport. We've been able to benefit from that trajectory over the past 5 to 10 years, but I think the World Cup takes it to another stratosphere in terms of what the popularity of the sport could be. Kate and her team have been very busy hosting existing partners and speaking to other brands who are interested in getting into the Premier League and using Liverpool for that. These are big deals with big brands who have big expectations, so we need to up our game in terms of delivering for them. We pride ourselves on having a strong success rate when it comes to renewals. We recently renewed a few more that will be made public soon. Advertisement, part of the grand plan, involves growing Liverpool's global network of standalone retail stores. Currently, they have 26, which is more than any other sports team in the world. 8 have opened in the past year alone, including in Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, and London. However, they have yet to open any in the States. That is set to change in the coming months, with the club also keen to set up a distribution center in America rather than having to rely on every order being dispatched from a hub in the Netherlands. We haven't found the right partner yet in terms of opening stores in the US, but we're working on it, and I believe it will happen, Laddie adds. We're up to 26 stores at the moment. Ideally, we want to get to 40, if not more, over the next few years. With the plan we've got, we should have over 30 by the end of the season. You have to find the right partner to make sure it's a long-lasting project rather than a flash in the pan. Opening a US distribution center is something else we're looking at. That would allow us to have more capacity to stock more products, plus cheaper postage rates and things like next-day delivery, etc. If we can do that as well as opening bricks-and-mortar stores in multiple cities across the US, it would be another exciting addition to what we can offer. The potential is massive for us out there. Their latest set of accounts for 2024-25 showed that the club's commercial revenue climbed to a record $323 million. However, that figure is set to increase considerably, given the success of a new kit deal with Adidas, which is worth around £90 per year. Adidas took over from Nike last summer. The 2025-26 home and away kits were both the highest selling in the club's history. The home one outstripped sales of the previous year's equivalent by 700%, with orders received from more than 150 countries. Advertisement, it's been unbelievable. It's exceeded all expectations, and Adidas have been a great partner to work with, Laddie says. I think we've also exceeded their expectations too, in terms of where we sit in world football. As a result, they are offering more products, more capsules, more special edition releases this season. Last year's kits broke all records, and this summer's releases aren't far behind, despite what was a difficult period on the pitch towards the end of last season. It's different to the Nike deal, which was more royalty-based. We worked hard with Adidas in the short window we had to find the perfect structure. Every year, we intend to grow our retail business through more products, more stores, and better e-commerce. Laddie, who reports to Liverpool Chief Executive Billy Hogan, was promoted to Chief Commercial Officer in 2024, 2 years after returning to the club as Commercial Director. He had stepped down as Head of Global Partnership Sales in 2021 to join a group in Bristol operating professional teams across football, rugby union, and basketball. Liverpool's deals with long-standing shirt front sponsor, Standard Chartered, and shirt sleeve sponsor Expedia both expire in the summer of 2027. Discussions over possible extensions are underway. We're talking with them, Laddie reveals. Naturally, we speak to our incumbent partners about the future as well as speaking to other brands across the market. In terms of Standard Chartered, I don't know what will happen at this point. We still have another year, and conversations are ongoing. 17 years, as Liverpool's main shirt sponsor, is a long time, and it's a great relationship. We'll probably find out pretty soon what direction that's heading. As for Expedia, they have had a big leadership change recently. They came on board during the COVID years, which was a bold move for a travel business. The great thing about Liverpool is that with our reach and our values, if a brand is looking to invest in a big Premier League club, I'd like to think that puts us at the front of that queue. Advertisement, I am confident in terms of where we are. We have such a great property to take to market, in the event we need to do that. I am not concerned. Given the costs associated with ensuring Liverpool continue to compete for the biggest prizes on the pitch, there's pressure on Laddie and his staff to keep on delivering off it. I don't think we're anywhere near the ceiling of where we could be commercially, he adds. This has to be run in a sustainable way, and every pound we make gets reinvested into the club. Ultimately, we're here to win trophies as a football club, And our job is to make sure the resources are there to give us the best possible chance of achieving that.